Italy.
But if you want to get branded stuff?
Better choose some outlet,
Okay.
fashion outlet.
Ciao ragazzi! Welcome back to our channel. It's me Nindi and
Luca,
Luca. So today what we're gonna talk about?
tips to save money in Italy.
Interesting. So most of us like to do traveling or holiday, right? But the problem is sometimes we got some difficulties to save our money. Of course, we are in a traveling. Sometimes, oh my god, that's good, I wanna buy. That looks delicious, I wanna eat, right?
Yeah.
Also us.
I want gelato
Eh,
every time.
I want that meat every time. So here's the tips to help you to save a little, more or less little money, at least to do saving when you have a trip to Italy. So you can use your money to buy gift or something else that probably you need more, like that. You want to know what is the tips? Let's check it out. We already made 10 lists of the tips that probably useful for you. The first one is
Like search a B&B, bed and breakfast, hotel or hostel if you can find. Because hostel not so easy to find here in Italy.
okay.
B&B so many. I mean just hotels that offer only bed and breakfast. And it's better to save money so you can eat outside, try better food in a restaurant than the one in the hotel, and even cheaper sometimes.
Okay. And how much it costs usually for B&B hotel or hostel? For room only?
Hostel depend in how many guests per room, like that.
Okay.
So difficult to say. For B&B between 50 and 100 euro
But
per night.
also depend on the place or no?
Yeah, depend on which city, which region, where it's located, and so on.
Okay.
In fact, better find something little outside of the city center.
Because it can be cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay. Last time when we go to some cities, there are also some B&B that offers room only and only cost around 25, 30 also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first tips is choosing B&B hotel, bed and breakfast hotel, and if it's possible, choose the room only, right?
Yeah.
So you can eat outside because there are so many culinary in Italy. There are so many bars, so you can just do breakfast outside. And then better choose a little outside the city center, because the closer you are to the city center, the more is the price, right? The more expensive is the price.
Cool.
Okay, so that's the first tips, and now continue to the second one. What is that?
That for lunch or dinner, search a restaurant with a real typical menu, yeah. And search the typical dishes of that area, of that region.
For example,
if you are in Milan, risotto with zafferano.
okay.
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 Like if you are in Rome, pasta carbonara, like that.
See. And other than that, what you have to eat?
Maybe for lunch you can just have a fast lunch, so just take away like pizza, panini or piadina.
Okay.
So you don't lost so many times.
Or McDonald's.
Better no.
Fast food.
Yeah.
Most Italian doesn't really like fast food. So you can save during the lunch time and take good food for the dinner, the typical food. And for the restaurant itself?
Also for that, search restaurant little outside of city center. Because usually near city center they have a tourist menu.
Ah, okay.
So some international dishes.
Okay. So basically that's also the third tips. So the second tips are search typical food. The third tips is find the restaurant outside the city or not really in the city center. Now let's go forward to the fourth.
That if you want to take coffee, better not choose a famous coffee shop.
Okay.
Yeah, also because they usually have like American coffee that we don't like.
Okay.
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 So better choose a normal bar and that is also cheaper and you can try just espresso or macchiato.
Typical Italian coffee.
Yeah.
But actually when I go to Milan and I visit the famous coffee shop, they didn't even sell American menu.
Yeah, they little adjust the menu according to Italian taste. Italian.
This is interesting. So when you go to Italy and you usually take, the green brands, if you go there in Italy, you will never find like caramel macchiato, Asian dolce latte, or the fusion coffee. You will never find, and don't expect to find it. They will say we don't sell American menu. Meanwhile, I bought that in Gading Serpong or Bekasi, not in America. How much usually the price in a bar?
Espresso just €1.
Okay. Maximum for coffee?
Between 1 and 150.
Okay. And at the famous brand?
And between 2, 4 euro, right?
See, that's how you save money. Now, number 5.
That in case you go to the coffee shop, better don't sit at the table.
Ah, okay. Why?
Because usually they ask you to pay only to sit.
But how do we know if we will pay more or not?
Usually there's no written. You can discover only when you go to pay.
Okay.
So in case you want to sit better, ask before.
Ah, okay.
So you can decide if you want to stay or not.
Okay, I get it. So there are so many coffee shops in Italy. Most of them are stop and go. So you just come there, take the coffee and go, right?
Yeah.
And in some bars, if you stay there and you decide to sit on the table, you will get extra charge. So maybe you buy the coffee for 1.5 euro, but then because you didn't know and you already sit on the table, when you pay at the cashier, they will ask for another charge.
2 euro, 3 euro sometimes.
So it's like
more.
the double of the real price.
Yeah.
That you have to pay more attention to the regulation of the bar. That's how you save money then. Now let's get to the next list. Number 6.
To use public transportation if you have to move.
Like,
better not take the taxi because taxi usually is so expensive. In case you want to take taxi, better ask before the price
why ask before?
to avoid that it will be so much expensive.
But the taxi usually use the meter.
Yeah. But the price for kilometers is not fixed.
I
So
see.
you cannot know the price
The final
before.
price.
Yeah.
How much the average cost for the taxi for 1
No.
2 kilometers? 20 euro, 10 euro,
Could be.
10 euro per kilometers.
Yeah.
Pretty expensive, yeah. 10 euro, 20 euro per kilometers.
Yeah, because in Italy we don't have the say application on taxi,
Online taxi.
online taxi.
Di saat-saat begini paling merindukan aplikasi online transportation. This kind of moment makes me miss that online transportation. The best feature ever. And public transportation, how much it costs?
Can be €1 for one way or like €5 all the day. So you can take it as much as you want for one day.
Okay, I got it. So there are some types of tickets.
Yeah, different.
So better use public transportation because it's cheaper. Like you can just pay €5 and you can use the ticket for one day wherever you go. 24 hours.
Yeah.
24 hours. It's better than taking taxi for sure. Okay.
And in some city like Milan or Rome, there's the metropolitan that is even cheaper and so easy to take and move
And fast also.
fast.
Metro is train like the subway.
Underground. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the next list, number 7.
When you buy souvenir, be careful to the price and better buy little outside of the city center for same reason. Because near city center more tourists, so everything is expensive, more expensive.
But for the souvenir, they already have the the valid price, right? Not
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is tourist, so I have to increase the price.
Yeah, but I mean, better not buy directly when you see the souvenir, but just take note of the price, take around of the city. Maybe you can find cheaper somewhere else.
I see. In Italy, better you don't buy really at the city center because the price will be more expensive. So better you walk a little outside, then find the souvenir there. Anyway, there will be so many.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, like that. So now, number 8.
That if you want to visit some museums, better book the ticket before.
Okay.
You can do online ticket, or there are some info point where you can book the ticket before. So you can reduce the queuing time.
For example, if you buy the ticket separately, for an example, like in Florence,
Yeah.
there are so many museums. Okay, if you buy the ticket one by one, how much it costs and how much you can reduce if you buy or if you book before and buy directly all of them in a bundling.
Yeah, of course, some big cities like Florence has a
Booking directory.
yeah, but a ticket for all the museum.
Okay.
Okay, so before, better you make the list of the museum that you want to visit, and check the amount if you buy the single ticket and how much is the cumulative ticket.
Okay.
Because if you just want to visit 2 or 3 museums, better buy single.
Okay.
But if you want to visit all the museums, of course, better the cumulative one.
Because it's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because actually one ticket can cost like 15, 18.
Yeah.
Actually one ticket for one museum can cost like 18 until 20 euro. But if you visit all the museum, let me say, you're supposed to spend 100 euro. But if you buy the cumulative ticket, it's like a bundling. Like one ticket for all the museum, you can save like 20 euro, 25 euro, right? Per person.
Normally you have to do the queue to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
Then the queue to enter to the museum.
Okay.
So better, if you already have the ticket, you can directly go to the queue to enter the museum.
Okay. Okay, I get it. It's pretty good. You're not only save money, but only save your time. Because usually in some big city, the queuing will be like so much, so long. You can spend 1-2 hours only to buy ticket and enter the museum. Okay, so next, number 9 is what is?
That when you visit the city all the day and walk around like that, you need to drink.
For sure.
Normally, you stop in a bar to buy water. But then, in a bar, the water could, you can pay like between 1 euro to 2 euro 0.5 for half liter of water.
Okay.
So my suggestion is better buy water to supermarket in a big pack.
Okay.
And live in your hotel.
I see. But it will not be fresh.
No, sometimes the hotel have the
chiller.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So that is number 9. Like this. Usually at the supermarket, you can buy a big pack of bottle that consists of 6 bottles. So rather than you buy the water at the bar that can cost like 1-2 euro, better you buy one big. How much is one big?
Same, 1-2 euro
For
all
6.
the pack. Yeah.
For that you can save. Because if you buy 2 euro only 500 ml, means if you want how many liters? 6, more than 6 liters, you can spend 10 euro or more, right?
Only for that.
And then the last tips is gonna be interesting for you, especially if you like to do shopping. What is that?
That in Italy, in every city, there's a day in which there's a typical market.
Okay.
Like there will be some little seller around the road or like that to sell mostly clothes. And there you can find Italian product in a cheaper price.
Okay.
Not branded stuff, but good quality Italian product.
But actually not only clothes, right?
No. You can find also fruits or food in general.
Bags, shoes.
Bags, shoes. Yeah.
Also. So if you're not a branded person, you can just go to the market. You can buy fashion stuff from clothes, shoes, bags, and so on. But if you want to get branded stuff,
better choose some outlet.
Okay.
Fashion outlet.
I see. So there are so many premium stores in Italy. Like if you go to Milan or big city, usually they have premium store where you can find branded stuffs, branded yeah, branded fashion, let me say. But in normal price, like if you go to the website, you will find in that price, how to say, if you go to the website and you go to the store, you will find exactly the same price. But if you know, in Italy there are so many fashion outlets where you can find clothes, bags, shoes, all the brand that you know, all the famous brand that you know, they're in cheaper price. Why can be cheaper?
Because normally it's from the last season.
Okay.
So maybe 1 year or 2 years before.
Ah, okay.
A bit cheaper.
But the quality is also good.
Yeah. Anyway, quality is the same.
Okay. So at the fashion outlet, you can find why the price at the fashion outlet is cheaper is because usually the stuff is from the last season. So this year you cannot find anymore that bags or that shoes or that clothes because it was from the last season. But you still can find now in that fashion outlet at the cheaper price. Usually how much different?
Could be like 50% or even less sometimes.
Super cool. Like you can find Gucci, even Prada, and famous brand that you know at the fashion outlet. You can save up to 50% or maybe during the summer sale or Black Friday, winter sale. Winter, summer, Black Friday sale. You can save like 70% sometimes, right? Basically, it's not so difficult to save money here.
No.
Right?
Yeah, you cannot save so much, but you can just save a little to spend for gelato.
Or just to buy a Gucci belt at the fashion outlet.
Yeah, also.
There were 10 traveling tips to Italy that you probably need to know. If you have further question or you have any suggestion regarding to the other traveling tips, please don't hesitate to drop your comments below, so we will prepare or we will make the traveling tips that you want to know. Not only Italy actually, right?
Yeah,
In
more or less
Europe.
is valid everywhere.
Okay. Terima kasih Bapak Luka for the tips.
Okay.
So that's all and see you next time. Ci vediamo alla prossima. Ciao.